guys, Julia here from J Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a bins haul. I've got, I think, 39 pieces. This was one of those weird days of the bins though. There were so many like kids clothes, shorts. You could tell that the stores were clearing out a lot of like summer gear. But other than that, it was just one of those days where a lot of the stuff that I found had a ton of damage to it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if this was something that happened in like transit or what the case was, but it was kind of slim pickings. I did manage to find some really good stuff, but like some really random stuff this week. These are always fun weeks though, because you just never know what you're gonna find. So either way, I can't wait to walk you through it. But before we get started here, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time stumbling on this channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia, that is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, lots and lots of stuff to get to. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. So the first piece I found here, and this is a perfect example of the kind of day that it was. This is Patagonia. So this is a Patagonia men's button-down shirt. It's got like, this looks like it's a business shirt, and I know guys who like own this shirt, but it's got, you know, little features that make it kind of functional for like hiking, I guess. It does definitely have like a businessy look to it, but it's a men's size extra small. So this is like the kind of day that it was. It's like something that's very, very good, and this will still sell. It'll just take a little bit longer to sell because it is a men's extra small, which is even like slower to move than women's extra small. So like, this is the kind of day it was. Like really cool things like but, you know, like there was a but to a lot of them. But lots of like interesting things to talk about, and I think things that'll be like valuable for you guys. So either way, it's a win for me. Anytime I have an opportunity to kind of talk to you guys about something that's important, that's great. So anyway, something like this probably retailed like $89 if I'm knowing my Patagonia pricing. And on the resale market, because it's an extra small, I'll probably see like 20 to 25 on this. Definitely, you know, I'm gonna pick up Patagonia anytime I see it because Patagonia sells. It's just one of those brands that is a consistent seller forever and ever. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to pretend that you're on a yacht. You're on a yacht, you're sailing out into the sea. Michael McDonald is playing, Christopher Cross is playing, but you're getting a little chilly and you reach for your sweater. Tell me that this is not your yacht sweater. Is this fabulous? Sparkly gold details here, shoulder pads to the gods. You can probably see those, I think, through the sweater. This is from Bay Point Threads, obviously vintage from the 80s. It's made in the US, size large. This will go no problem. This will totally be something that goes on Depop. This is just the exact kind of thing that goes. But anyway, thank you for sharing my Yacht Rock daydream with me. I'm a huge fan of Yacht Rock, and did you guys all see that HBO is putting out a documentary on Yacht Rock? Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I always say that I want one of my big birthdays to be on a yacht, all my friends, nothing but Yacht Rock, champagne flowing like water, dreams. Dreams. Next up, a cute little kid's dress. This is Janie and Jack, one of the few kids brands that I pick up. Janie and Jack is one of those just very expensive brands for kids. The thing that I like about Janie and Jack, I think more than anything, is that all of their pieces are very classic. They're very, very traditional styled kids clothes. They're well made, and they're the kind of things that can be either passed down, you know, from person to person over the years, or can be resold from person to person. But just a cute little like I think this is 18 to 24 months. 18 to 24 months, yellow gingham dress with a little ruffle neck. This is totally like springtime Easter. I probably won't move this until the springtime, but I'll probably see like $20, $25 on it. It is stinking adorable. I do love Janie and Jack pieces. Next up, okay, this was an interesting thing. So I found this jacket. This is a boucle weave and it's wool. Like you can just tell by feeling like this is not cheap acrylic. And the lining is silk. So I was not familiar with the brand, and I'm very interested to hear how many of you are familiar with this. The designer here is Nina Macklemore. That is the logo. I am going to say that this is from the Y2K era, just going by the shape. These buttons are like thick shell. Look at those buttons. They're really like heavy duty and they're all present and accounted for. I believe this is Y2K. I can definitely keyword this, but I think that when I looked at the website looks like it caters more towards like a mature audience, and their stuff, like their blazers are $600-700. So it's a very, very serious price, but I've never heard of her. I've never seen the brand before. It is a size 0, so this will probably be something that ends up selling to somebody on Depop, like more for like a Y2K look versus like a serious business look. But yeah, the quality here is beautiful. I just never heard of it before in my life. And I like this kind of Chanel style boucle, obviously very, very classic piping trim on the collar there. I have absolutely positively no idea what I'll sell this for. Sold comps were everywhere between like $7 and $100. So maybe 30 or 40, maybe 20 or 30. I'm not sure. Let me know, like if you have had experience with this brand or if you're very familiar with this brand, let me know, like, what do you look for? Have you sold it before? What did you get for it? Very interested to hear everybody's experience with this. Next up, a little vintage piece. This is a little girl's dress, and I had to pick it up. This is one of those dresses that has the button in the front, but look at that cute straight across top. This almost looks like a vintage napkin, and it very well might be a vintage napkin with some lace trim. It's super cute, like little pink lace trim, ruffled bottom. The brand on this is Alyssa, and it's a size 14, so it's kind of a bigger girl size, which I think might slow it in terms of its sales, but it's got a nice smocked back, tons of stretch still left in here. This is, I'm gonna say 80s. I think probably early 80s on this. Maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 bucks on this. It is super cute and it is in excellent condition. So I'll just have to be really diligent with my keywording on something like this. Next up, I guess I had all the bulky things in the first bag. So talk about something I don't find almost ever at the bins. This is a leather jacket, and it's definitely 80s. It's a size large. This is really soft. Like, this is not that heavyweight, thick leather. This is soft. This kind of feels like kid skin. It feels really very, very soft. So it's definitely 80s. This gives me Dorothy's Bornak with those, see how long that lapel is? Like, this is where the notch is, which is down by the waist. And they dressed Dorothy in blazers like this for most of the show. They did her so dirty with that fashion. But this look is actually something that I see girls wearing today. I'm not sure what I'll get for it. It is missing a button, but I don't think that cares. I don't think anybody's wearing this closed. I'll probably see 40 or 50 bucks for it just based on the fact that it is leather, maybe a little bit more. I don't think that this was a particularly like in-demand designer or anything like that, but again, the leather is nice and it is in like beautiful condition other than a missing button. And to be totally honest, I'm certain I have a pretty, like a 1-inch black button that I can put on here. But isn't that cool? I never find leather there. I find a ton of pleather that is literally disintegrating, but leather in good shape without any like nicks or cuts or rips, almost never. Next up here, we've got another blazer, and this, okay, so this one's interesting and I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. So I picked it up. This is definitely wool. This is a wool blazer. It's not acrylic. It's not like a synthetic fiber. So this is Michael Kors, but it's Kors by Michael Kors, and it's made in Italy. So first of all, the style of this is giving me that like Veronica beard, double-breasted, nautical. I love this style. Again, it's got the wool external. So with Michael Kors, there's Michael by Michael Kors, which is the stuff that you see in like Macy's and Kohl's and stuff like that. It's the majority of the Michael Kors stuff that you see out there. I know that Michael Kors collection is the really high-end stuff. That's the stuff that's sold at like Bergdorf's. I literally just sold a Michael Kors collection dress a couple weeks ago. I could not find anything on Kors by Michael Kors. And if I have to guess, this is something of like an in-between. It's like a diffusion, but not like an all the way diffusion brand. This probably sold at like maybe Nordstrom, maybe more like a Bloomingdale's. So you have like your high end, you've got your lower market, and then you've got this in between. Again, like Michael by Michael Kors would not have like 100% wool. The construction on it is beautiful. You can tell that it's finished really well. Again, it's made in Italy. So this was was probably a good $500–600 new. I don't really know what I'll get on this. So let me know if any of you have ever found a Kors by Michael Kors piece. I would say I'll probably get like 40 or 50 bucks for this. I think a lot because of this style, but also because it's quality made and it's a cut that people are looking for right now. Let me know. Let me know what you know about Kors by Michael Kors. I know some of you out there have worked in like high-end retail, so you might know a little bit more of the story. I wish designers would keep records of like which brands they had and like when they had them, where they were sold. So anyway, let me know what you know. Let me know what your experience has been. Very, very interested. But like a beautiful blazer regardless. Really nice, in perfect condition. Next up, oh, this was so pretty. This is from Alexia Admore, who is a pretty high-end dress designer, at least I've only ever seen dresses from her. So this is giving me a little bit of like Y2K here. This is a lingerie inspired little black dress. So those are the straps. And this is like ribbon. This isn't like fabric sewn in 2/8. Like this is literally, I don't know if you can hear it, but that is a ribbon with lace trim there. The bodice is tulle ruched. It's a straight across neck. That's what's telling me this is Y2K. This was kind of big in that era and it's coming back right now. Tulle overlay, a little bit of lace. This is a little bit like grunge, a little bit punk rock. This can go glam as well with a ribbon tie at the waist. Size small. Alexia Admore is, I want to say about $200 retail. So I'll probably see like 30 to 40 on this. That's about what I've gotten for her other dresses, although they all looked very, very different from this. Everything else I've gotten from her has been very like soft and pretty, and this is a little bit more edgy. Very cute though. Great condition. Next up here, this is a Chico's piece. I have not been picking up a ton of Chico's, but this I just really liked and I thought it would be something that sells pretty well. So this is a long line cardigan. So it's a size 2, which is a size large. So this is a long line cardigan that's got like a lightweight rayon knit, long sleeve. But then the front has this pretty blue pattern on it. It's long line, it's open front. This is in like perfect condition. Something like this, you know, this is a perfect piece to pick up from Chico's. Something like this will probably get somewhere between like 28 and 35 without batting an eye. Again, perfect condition, good size. I generally like to pick up extra large and up from Chico's, but this is a large. I still think that this will go pretty quickly just because of what it is. Let me know, are you still picking up a ton of Chico's or are you slowing down on that? Like, let me know how your experience has been with Chico's, because for a while there, Chico's like was a slam dunk. You pick it up, it's out of your closet within a week or two. I mean, everything has slowed down a little bit, but Chico's more than most. Okay, this was a weird one. Again, tell me what you know here. So I picked this up. First of all, I love the color and I love the pattern. This feels very surfer to me, but this is from True Grit. I've never seen a True Grit shirt like this. So that's the label there. So does True Grit make like Hawaiian shirts? The only True Grit pieces I've seen have been more like mountain focused, you know, cold weather focused, heavy weight gear, heavy t-shirts, stuff like that. I've never seen anything like this from them. I mean, it's a beautifully made, this is 100% cotton. There's a lot of like great details on here. Like look at that top stitching on the pocket. The details are very nice. But let me know. So this is a size large. It's made in India. Perfect condition. True Grit's one of those brands that does sell very well. It's got hardcore followers. So probably around $30 for this, I'm gonna guess. I was a little taken aback when I saw the label. I'm like, I've never seen anything that is like distinctly summer from True Grit. So maybe it's because I lived in the mountains for so long, but we'll find out. The quality is there though. Like look at those buttons. Look how thick they are. So next up, when I said that this was a super random day, this is exactly what I mean. Okay, so I want you to like, if you went to college in the 90s or in the early 2000s, I want you to picture like the guys playing hacky sack on the quad. They were all wearing Birkenstocks and these pants. These are from Genera, so if you were around in the 80s or the 90s, you know who Genera is. Really nice quality, 100% cotton. These are in like brand new condition. I don't even know where you buy these new, but I do know that they are somewhat in demand. It's like a kind of a niche micro trend that guys are looking for these kind of pants. I'm gonna have to do some research in terms of like what to call these, because in my mind, all I'm thinking is like Jan's pants, but that's That's not at all what they are, but very like nouveau hippie. They're a size XL, and again, in like brand new condition, but definitely vintage. This is borderline dead stock condition. So let me know if this is something that you would pick up. I know not everybody does Depop, but I'm pretty sure that this is where I'll sell them. And I have a feeling that I'll probably get somewhere $30 to $35 on these because of the condition. I've never found a pair of these. Like I've found other pairs of these in the bins, but they've all been like basically worn until they're falling apart. So to find a pair in this condition is rare, but I mean, like, this is what I mean when I say that this was like the most random day at the bins. I think I realized how much men's stuff I had today. This is a pair of rag & bone pants, which is nice. These were also in the store. And where their jeans have been slowing down somewhat, this is a pair, these are like flannel pants. They're slim leg, but they're straight leg, right? They don't kind of taper in there. But that is like gray flannel. They're similar cut to jeans, right? Like this is button fly. It's kind of low waist. It's got the side pockets. The back pockets are welted. They've got like rivets for strength there on those junctions. There's no size tag in here that I can see, but just kind of hold, I think this is about a size 36. I'll have to get a measuring tape on it, but yeah, these are in like perfect condition. These retail close to $300. I'll probably see 35 to 50 on these. I'm interested to see how this kind of pair goes. I feel like jeans in general have just been slowing down. I think that there's been more like casual options out there for like everyday wear pants. Lots of trousers kind of entering in the mix, linen pants, khakis, or you know, khakis and cargo pants are kind of having a moment again. Same with guys. I think that denim is kind of slowing down a little bit. Denim will never be gone. Like denim will always be hot. Like just denim is a forever thing, but I like the idea of trying out something else from like a high end brand for guys, just to see how it goes. Because in terms of like the denim that I do have for men, the ones that have been selling the fastest have been like the colored denim, like the khaki colored denim and the gray denim that I've had. So interested to see how like a different fabric altogether works. Oh, this is so cute. I think this is the only Free People piece I have from this day, which is odd, right? Like typically I have a few pieces, but this is a little denim maxi dress. Oh, it's so cute. So it's got little snap front. It is maxi length. It's got a ruffle on the bottom. And then if you look at the back, it's got adjustable straps, which is always nice. And then if you look at the back, there's a little like peekaboo there. So that'll kind of give you a little peek at the back of the waist. It is a size, I think, extra small. I don't think that matters. I think this is so cute. I think this will go in no time flat, winter or fall. Like I can see somebody wearing this in the fall or the winter with like a long sleeve turtleneck underneath. That is something that the girls are doing these days, and I just think it's so cute. This is in fantastic condition as well. Most of the Free People stuff I get somewhere between like 25 and 30 on. Something like this I'll probably see closer 30 to 40 just because of what it is. It's adorable. Next up, another Patagonia piece. Now this is something that has shrunk a little bit, and I have two pieces in here that I picked up because I have a conditioner bath coming up soon. I've got two things that I want to get in and see if I can kind of stretch back and shape one of my own things, and another thing that I've picked up here. But this is a Patagonia sweater, so you never turn away from something like that. 80% wool. It's this pretty mushroom color. This is kind of like a boucle knit. This is a slim fit sweater. I know this sweater, so I don't think that this has shrunk all that much. I think this will be pretty easy to get back into shape. Plus it's mostly wool, 80% wool, so that bodes well to the restretch. As long as I can get that back to where it was, I'll probably see like 30 to 35 on that. Two Patagonia pieces in one trip is rare for where I live. Next up here, this is a shirt from Stone Rose. Stone Rose is a men's shirt company. I do pretty well with them. They kind of give me, I don't want to say Robert Graham vibes because they're not as like over the top and detailed as Robert Graham, but they do have a lot of like little embellishments that are very high end, right? So this is a little ribbon that goes on the inside of the placket. It's not necessarily something you see when it's buttoned. It's got kind of contrast color buttons. Look at those. Logos on there. Underneath the collar, you've got a little pop of plaid. And then in the back, this is like a center seam in the back. You see they have like, you can't really tell. Underneath that, like the seams almost come together. Can you see that little peak of plaid there? Like in terms of the cost of construction, like all of these things are just super expensive things to put in. I want to say that they retail like $150 $150 or $160. And I've sold these pretty well before. I've gotten like 40 on one. I think I got 50 on one. This is a size medium, navy blue. Again, the details are subtle, but there. Let me know, is Stone Rose a brand that you see a lot of? Do you pick it up every time you see it? Let me know, because I've done pretty well with it, but I feel like I've heard mixed reviews from other people, and maybe it's like, maybe it depends on the collection that you're selling from or the shirt that you're selling from, because again, sometimes the details get a little bit more extreme than this, but the amount of interesting detail on a men's shirt like this that at first glance isn't gonna look like anything different than a navy blue shirt is pretty special. So they are a brand that I like to pick. Cotton is so nice too. Next up, another vintage piece. This is, again, the most random day. Okay, so this is from Robert Stock. I've had a few Robert Stock pieces before. I don't know if he was a particularly high-end designer or anything like that, but this silk feels brand new. That's the logo. I've had a few other pieces. They've all sold pretty quickly. This is very 1990s travel. It's got a little bit of a Hawaiian vibe to it, a little bit of a travel vibe to it with the stamps. It's 100% silk, so flowy. And again, this feels like it's never been worn. Size medium, great condition. Again, I'll probably see about 30, 35 on this. Again, I think that this will be a Depop sale. Let me know, have you ever found a Robert Stock piece? Tell me about what it was, because the pieces that I have found from Robert Stock have been so like over the top 90s, and I live for it. Next up, and I think the last piece in the first bag, is a vintage slip. It's a pretty large size. I think this is a large or an extra large. So it's lace up at the top, and it's got two little tie fronts. I tied that top one so you can kind of see what it looks like. So that V-neck goes all the way down to like underneath the bust. It's stretch lace, so it's pretty comfortable. It is lined, so it's not gonna be itchy. And then it's got like an actual skirt to it. So I don't know if I would consider this a slip versus like a nightie, like a chemise. It's got pretty mesh sleeves. It's from a brand called Delicates. That's all it says. But made in the USA. I'm gonna guess probably 80s on this. And again, it doesn't have a size, but just looking at this, this is, I think, about a size large. But it's in perfect condition. Something like this, I'll get like 25 to 32 on. All right, on to the second bag. Second and final bag. First up in here, I've got a pair of frame jeans. This is frame Lehigh straight. They are straight leg. They've got kind of that chewed, they've got that like chewed bottom hem there. Straight leg, pretty light wash, distressed but not too distressed. 26 is like a size 4, it's pretty small, but frame does still sell. Again, I am slowing down on picking up denim. I'm really only picking up vintage or premium denim. Frame obviously lands in the premium world. These retail, I wanna say like 250 bucks. They're pretty expensive. So because it's not a wider leg style, that's what people are looking for right now, like 90s cuts, wide leg trouser jean. This will probably get like 35 bucks, but I have no doubt that this will sell pretty quickly. The straight leg is still very much in. Next up, now this was one I was excited to find. This is from AYR, which stands for all year round. I absolutely love their stuff. It is so expensive. In fact, this is my size and may stay with me. This is a linen button-down shirt. It's got a couple stains on the front, but here's the thing. This is white linen. This can go in with some bleach and it will come out just like new. These, again, they retail like $200. I've never found one of the linen ones, and obviously I'm literally wearing linen right now. I love linen, and I don't have a long sleeve white linen shirt. No, that's a lie. I don't have a regular long sleeve white linen shirt. Justification. If I do decide to sell this, like I said, I'll give it a good clean. It'll be good as new, a press. It'll photograph beautifully. This will sell for like 50 bucks. AYR is so, so, so expensive. Definitely a label to be on the lookout for, especially in these kind of basic pieces. Their button-down shirts are les best. I absolutely love them. I think I have 3 now, and I found them all thrifting. So save myself 600 bucks right there. Gorgeous and an exciting find for sure. Definitely one of my favorite bolo brands. The downside to this, for me at least, is that I am tempted to keep everything I find. In fact, the first AYR piece I found had a similar stain on it right in the front. It was light blue, and I got it out and it looks good as new. Love it, wear it like once a week. Next up, now this is one that I've talked about quite a bit in the past couple videos. I know a lot of you have talked about it. And this is Cabie or Cabie, I guess it's supposed to be called. It just sounds weird saying that. I'm from like close to New York. We call cabies cabies, you know? So this is the newer tag if you are out searching for it. Now I don't pick up everything. Like this day in particular, I think I had my hands on like 5 or 6 different Cabie pieces. And a lot of you have kind of chimed in and said that like the way that they work it is that it's, you know, direct sales, right? So you have a representative, they get X amount of things, they style you. If it's sold out, it's sold out. And you can't really get it anywhere else unless you have an outlet nearby. And even there, if something's selling out with like reps, it's not going to show up in the outlets. So there is demand for certain pieces. And I don't know what the pieces are, but I feel like I've gotten a little bit better at like reading on the gut with what I think will be kind of in demand from them. And I think really like the first pass is that it's got to be a more significant piece. And this passed the sniff test. So this is a turtleneck. It's like a chunky turtleneck. Is this all cotton? Yeah, 99% cotton, 1% other fibers. So it's just basic and gray. I think this is a size medium, but look at these sleeves. Like, isn't that great? So they're floral. This is intarsia knit, where the pattern is actually like woven into the sweater, bell sleeves. And I just like, I picked it up. I'm like, this is something that my gut says will be in demand. And sure enough, when I went to comp it, these are going for like 50 bucks on the resale market, 40 to 50 bucks. So I haven't really figured out the formula yet. Obviously we can always comp, but as I learn more about what to pick up, because there's money to be made here if you're sourcing these things out there. And, you know, I think that the people that are on the hunt for stuff like that will be happy to be able to get their hands on it because it's just like limited supply. But as I learn more and as I kind of dial my technique for picking these pieces, I will share with you. But for this one, my gut was telling me yes, it worked, and I love it. I think that's so stinking cute. I think that'll go in no time flat. I will report back when it does. Next up, oh, this was kind of cool. So I felt this. This is cashmere. This is from J Brand. Now, I don't know if I've ever found something that wasn't jeans from J Brand. And this is like the deepest. I don't know if this is coming across on the camera. It's almost black, but I'm pretty sure this is a dark, dark aubergine. This is definitely black. Can you see the difference in color there? Like there's a little bit of redness to it. No moth holes. I double checked, I triple checked. It's got these kind of interesting side vents here. They're a little bit wider. Again, perfect condition. I've never had anything J Brand that wasn't jeans. It was kind of in the same range as like Joe's jeans, if you can imagine that kind of $179 price point or so. So I'm interested to see how this does. It is 100% cashmere. This is gonna be fun to photograph and get like true colors of. So probably, I don't know, 35 to 45 on this. That's about what I see for most cashmere pieces. We'll find out. I do look forward to trying to get this color captured accurately. Maybe it's just a warm black. Maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me. This is a warm light that I have behind the camera. Next up, now this is a brand I've slowed down picking up on. This is Rails. Rails is one of those brands that retails like most of the shirts are like $200 and up. So expensive. And I just loved this. I don't necessarily think that the brand matters that much on this. This is linen, lightweight, boho style, in this pretty like fuchsia pink. Look at those sleeves. This is so easy breezy. What size is this? Size medium. Again, this probably retailed like $250, maybe even close to $300. This is in perfect condition. I would not doubt this shirt has a lot going for it in terms of like styles and things that I can keyword. I think I'll probably see like 35 to 40 on this. It is in perfect condition. Oh, I like the way that the bottom hangs and everything. Like the details on this are amazing. And it's got a nice drape to it. So pretty. I love this color too. Oh, next up, this is the other piece that I grabbed. This was something that one of my friends there threw to me and literally gave it to me and they, hey, do you feel like saving an Everlane sweater? Why, yes, I do. I happen to have a conditioner bath coming up soon. So this is Everlane. It's a size small, and this is like a heavier weight knit, but it's just a quarter zip, ribbed, long sleeve sweater. I like the chunky silver zipper. It's 100% wool. This will stretch out beautifully. It's not like crispy. You know, sometimes you get something when it's been shrunk and you kind of tug on it, it sounds crispy. That's literally like the fibers breaking. So this doesn't have that sound to it. So I think that this will loosen up beautifully. Interested to see how this does. If I can get this back to good, I'll probably see like 45 bucks on it. Again, something I probably would not have picked up if I did not already have a nice conditioner bath coming up soon. So everybody keep your fingers crossed, because it would make me so sad if something like this is unsavable. Guys, teach your kids to not put wool in the dryer, please. Please. Next up, now this is a brand I love finding. I do not find it all that often. This is from Hell Bunny. Hell Bunny makes kind of vintage style, rockabilly style dresses. This is gingham with a full skirt, front pockets. Hell Bunny in particular, this is in the same vein as like a ModCloth, a Unique Vintage, a Collective. They're in that same world, but they tend to be a little bit more towards like the goth aesthetic, which is kind of fun about this. This is showing that it's a size extra small halter top, but this looks bigger. Like I have a size small Hell Bunny dress with a similar top, and it is smaller than this definitively. So I'm wondering if this is mislabeled. I'll make sure to put measurements on it, but stuff like this does sell pretty quickly. I'll probably see like 35 to 50 on this depending on the dress. But Hell Bunny for me is always a pickup. Always, always, always. I love the rickrack trim. This is like, something about rickrack just brings me right back to my childhood. I feel like my mom always had a ton of rickrack in her sewing room. Okay, this is an interesting thing. So this is just a pair of pink sweatshorts. The reason I picked these up, I had found a piece of Après June a couple months back, and they were like pajama pants. The reason I wanted to bring these up is Après June. Now, I initially thought that they were one of those kind of like young Gen Z brands that's like pretty much existing only on TikTok at this point, but Après June is not that. Après June makes stuff for tall girls. And when I say tall girls, I'm not talking like your standard tall sizes. Like Après June makes stuff for girls that are like 6 feet and over. So they are a brand to have your eyes out for. Like even when you have, you know, tall lengths on most things are usually like good for girls who are up to like 5'11", maybe 6 foot. But there's a ton of girls out there that are like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". It must be so incredibly difficult to find anything that fits you if you are over 6 feet and a woman. So Après June is one of those brands to have on your radar if you happen to be a tall girl. I'm sure if you are somebody that is north of 6 feet, this is already on your radar. But so anyway, like again, these are sweatshorts. They don't look proportionately different than any other sweatshorts that I found, but I picked them up so we could talk about Après June because I want everybody to keep your eyes out for that label. And if you see something in the thrift, please get it out of the thrift because again, there's just not nearly enough for those tall girls. So let's get them some resale options as well. You know, I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine how difficult it is. It's one thing, like if you're short, you can always take away fabric, but you can't always like add fabric. So next up, this is an older Rebecca Taylor piece, but I just thought this was so pretty. So that I believe is the older tag there. But look at this little bolero jacket. It fastens up here at the top with a little kind of fabric covered snap there. This lace though is in perfect condition. Isn't that, like I could see this being something you throw on over like a wedding dress or, you know, a prom dress or something like that. It's a pretty timeless style. I'll use the term bolero, I'll use the term shrug. The backing on this is linen. Again, it's in beautiful condition, no stains, no rips on this lace. Like this lace feels so delicate. And the fact that there are no like pulls on it is amazing. So something like this, I'm not quite sure. Because it has a little bit of like wedding tie-in, maybe somewhere, I mean, this probably retailed, Rebecca Taylor is so expensive, this probably retailed $400. Probably see somewhere like 30 to 50 on this. It is just beautiful. Size 8 as well, so good medium size. The linen is just like, this didn't need to be linen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that extra, that little bit extra. Beautiful. Right, we are getting there, guys. Next up, another one I never get my hand on. This is a vintage Western shirt with a little bit of like embellishment on it. These things sell so fast. These are the exact kind of things that the Bins Bros go for. These are the exact kind of things that people in my Bins location are looking for. These are the kind of things that they sell at like Rose Bowl Flea Market. They sell at Melrose Trading Post. This is in like perfect condition. I'm gonna guess this is probably 70s. It's from Western Wear, California by Frankenstein? I'm reading that right? Frankenstein down here? I'm so intrigued. I cannot wait to go down a wormhole on this, but pearl snap buttons, I'll probably get like 35 bucks for this, maybe a little bit more. It is a size extra large, which I never seem to find, so, and it's in like great condition. Like this feels and looks unused. A lot of times when you get stuff like look at that embroidery, isn't that pretty? A lot of times when you get stuff like this, because it's being worn by like actual cowboys, a lot of times they're in terrible condition. So that was an exciting find. I can't believe I got that. Next up, okay, so this I found. This is from a brand, this is vintage. Again, so much like weird vintage today. This is by Shea, California by Tandy. This is made in the US, 100% cotton. This is the size 22 women's, but I kind of like this. I mean, this is obviously not my size. This has like lapels, kind of like a jacket. I thought that this would be a fun like swim cover up for me. I might end up keeping it. I'm gonna throw it in the wash, see what I feel about it once it's not like wrinkled, and if it doesn't look too big. It's got pockets. I like the width of the sleeves. I like the length of the sleeves, and it's like a long line, right? This is a tunic length, which is pretty much the first thing that made me think of this as a swim cover. I think that the cut of this is kind of fun. So if I don't end up keeping this, I'll probably see. I think Shea California was a pretty expensive brand that feels really well made. I think I'll probably see like 25 to 35 on this on the secondhand market, maybe a little bit more. It looks like sold comps are, a lot of them are in the 40s, so we'll find out, but pretty cute, right? Next up, this cute dress. Now this is from Shopo, which is an Australian brand. They sell, they're kind of mid-market, but the things that I've had from them sell pretty well. Interested to hear, does anybody else pick this brand up? Does it move fast for you? The dresses tend to move the fastest for me. The thing about it is you do need to find like the name of it. So this is kind of like a halter style neck. So like the neck comes up like that. You have a little peekaboo here, and then it goes around the back and ties. This is really hard to show. Also, it's black. So the back laces up like this. So for all intents and purposes, this is a backless dress, but the kind of cool thing is, because this is a non-stretch fabric, it's just 100% cotton, but because it's a non-stretch fabric, it will actually give you support. You can tie this tight enough so that you don't have to worry about wearing a bra with it. The skirt is midi length, and it's got a slit up one leg. So something like this I'll probably see like $30, $35 on. It is very cute. I think this is a size medium, a US size 6. So a size small, but very, very cute. Again, something I will for sure photograph on the mannequin, because this top is almost impossible to show, as you just witnessed. Next up, we found a Robert Graham. This is stuff that I don't find all that often. I think I've only found one in the bins ever. Now, Robert Graham used to sell really, really well, like $100, because they're a couple $100 for the shirts. They're beautifully made, but this is a women's shirt. I've never found a women's Robert Graham. Look at the detail on the front here. Look at the pin tucking, the lace detail, the embroidery on the placket. I cannot find the size on this, and the tag has kind of ripped off, but I'm just eyeballing this. This is a size small. It's white, it's in pretty perfect condition other than the size being missing. So I'm interested to see how this does. The last Robert Graham I sold, I think went for like 50 bucks, and it sold in like 2 or 3 days after listing. This is one of the things you can always tell. They have like interesting pops of color often on the inside of the cuffs. Look at that. And the first time I found one, I remember thinking to myself like, oh my God, why do I know this? And it's because Cameron wore these on Modern Family all the time. That is why I knew it, but isn't that beautiful? This is like an embroidered brocade. So let me know if you have found women's Robert Graham. Let me know how they did for you. I'm gonna guess 30 or 40 bucks, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but let me know your experience with it. I'm really interested to hear. Like I said, I've never found a women's one. Oh, this was, okay, this is kind of a weird thing, and I can't quite tell if this is vintage or not, but it definitely has a vintage style. So this is a pajama set, and it's got this beautiful like Asian theme to it, right? I feel like I have a vintage robe that is 100% silk with a similar painted pattern. I do not think that this is silk though, but I can always test. There is a tag on here. It's just the little medium tag, right? Like that little thing, which does look old. So I'll have to see. Maybe I'll do like a burn test on this, see if it is in any way natural fibers. I don't think it is, but I did find both pieces, which is super, super rare. So we'll find out. Maybe 20 bucks, maybe $100 if it's real silk. So TBD. It's just the kind of thing that like when you find both pieces together, you just pick it up and you figure it out later, but we'll find out. Next up, this is just a cute little bread and butter thing. I'll get maybe 20 bucks for this. This is just a North Face t-shirt with a spell out logo on the back there with the poppy. These kind of shirts from North Face just sell for me. They don't sell for a ton. Definitely not something I would be picking up in the regular avalanche. Everything's under control. This is definitely not the kind of thing that I would pick up in the regular thrift. I would not pay more than $1 for this, but again, these kind of things sell quick for like a good 15 bucks, 20 bucks, and they're usually a very quick flip. I never see North Face t-shirts in the bins. Oh, this is a little We The Free t-shirt. Okay, so I had 2 Free People pieces. These kind of t-shirts, We The Free, I've talked about this a million times. I'll talk about it a million times again. They're basic t-shirts. I guess they come out with a few new models every year. They sell so well for me. They don't sell for a ton, but like I've had more full price sales at $32 on these kind of shirts than I care to admit. So this is just a pretty like mushroom taupe. It's size small, oversized as per usual. Inside out seams, kind of a boxy fit, long sleeve, perfect condition. I'll see 20 to 25 bucks on this all day, and I have no doubt that this will sell in probably about a week. For whatever reason, these We The Free shirts just have a really like devout following for them. So I'll pick them up every time I see them. Oh, this is a cute one. So this is Madewell, and I don't pick up a ton of Madewell, but I do pick up a recent Madewell. This is just, I think, from last year. This is a little double gauze short sleeve shirt. It's got kind of flutter sleeves. It's a size large, great condition. I love the buttons on the back there, little fabric covered buttons. Again, this is just from 2023, so I'll probably see, it all depends on, I guess, what it initially retailed for. This probably retailed for like 68 bucks if I have to guess on their pricing. I'll probably see like 25 to 32 on this. Again, fantastic condition and like a classic square neck double gauze shirt all day. This will go all day. Next up, okay, so I'm giving something a try. I've talked about this in a few videos. This is a Calvin Klein little black dress. I've had a couple that were like mine from my own closet, and they all sold pretty quick for like between 40 and 60 bucks. So I found this guy. He's satin, got kind of a bodycon silhouette, really great condition, V-neck with a little bit of a surplace there, V-back, zip up the back there. Again, perfect condition, size 8. So we'll see how this goes. The Calvin Klein dresses, my experience has been, they retail for like $150. They are beautifully made. Like the last one that I sold that was mine, I think I wore to like 8 different weddings, and it still looked absolutely positively brand new. So we'll see how this does. I don't know, we'll find out. This is just an experiment. Let me know, do you do Calvin Klein occasion dresses? Do they sell well for you? Do you pick them up every time you see them? I'm very, very interested to hear how everybody else does with these, but just doing an experiment, and I will report back when it does end up selling. It is the holiday season, so 'tis the season to get this listed ASAP. 4 more pieces to go. Okay, this is a linen, floral printed, log and look style dress. I love this. This is from Made in Italy, which I believe is the actual name of the brand, also descriptor. So these are the kind of linen pieces that sell probably like 60 bucks, but they resell so well. They've got little roll tab sleeves. I love with this silhouette in particular. This is very much a spring or summer dress, so this might take a minute to sell, but I have no doubt that this will go pretty quickly. And I have no doubt that I'll probably see somewhere 28 to 35 on it. Like, look how cute that is with that little rolled sleeve. And then it's got that classic kind of popped out waist silhouette with pockets. They always have these kind of like voluminous pop outs in terms of the silhouette, but then they add a little pocket to it, which it'll like add a little bit of volume to it so it hangs nicely. These are one size. This will probably fit easily up to a size XL. I just like the pretty floral print. I feel like I never see the printed ones. Oh, I got 3 interesting ones to end up here. Okay, so this I grabbed. This is another little girl's dress. This is from a brand called Jacquati Paris. And I had a friend of mine there who has kids. And I was like, this felt really nice. The tag was giving me expensive. And I showed it to her. She's like, oh yeah, that's incredibly expensive. So it's a little knit sweater dress. It's so cute. This is, I think that's navy blue. The lighting is so bad in here right now. So I think that's navy blue and pink. It is a size 8A, which I'm not quite sure what 8A means. If you know, let me know. I've tried to look this up and I have not found any solid answers. So it's a cotton viscose blend. So it has that cotton feel, but a nice drape to it. These retail like $159. So I'll probably see like $30 to $40 on this. Again, one of those things that's good for the season right now, so I will get this listed ASAP. It's in perfect condition. So definitely a brand to be on the lookout for if you do kids clothes. And if you do pick up this brand, if you do see it a lot, let me know how it does for you. I did pick up 1 pair of jeans. So these I saw this first. So I saw the Reformation label, so that was exciting. They're little cut-off jean shorts. But then on the back, I saw that. I saw the old school Wrangler pocket. So I wasn't sure. I'm like, did somebody take a Wrangler pair of jeans and like sew a Reformation tag into it? And it turns out that, you know, Reformation, who is big into sustainable fashion, they did this line of, I guess, like reclaimed. Yeah, so this is the Reformation repurposed garment made in the USA. So they must have found a lot of old Wrangler jeans and cut them into cut-off shorts and sold them in their stores. So this is a size, it's a size 24, so it's a small size. I think that's about a size 2, but I have no doubt that these will sell well. Sold comps on these are in the like $80 range. So that's wild to me. I don't know how much I'll get for it right now as we're like coasting into the holiday season, but I mean, Wrangler and Reformation, like there's no wrong turns here. So very, very cool. And finally, this was probably the coolest find of the day, another really cool vintage piece. So I found this. So I recognized that logo and I recognized this in particular. So anytime you see the Mercedes-Benz with Mobil 1, you're telling me that we are looking at a race team, in particular F1. So you look on the side here, and this is 100% cotton. This is like this is a polo shirt, but it's almost like a heavyweight knit. I don't know, like you can't feel the thickness of this, but this feels like it would have been like a lightweight sweater. So on the sleeve, you got the West McLaren Mercedes logo here. So this is like 1990s F1, maybe up into the early 2000s. This is in perfect condition. I'm gonna say this is a large, maybe an extra large. F1 stuff has a really like active buyer base. I don't really know about vintage F1 stuff, but we will find out. So McLaren and Mercedes, I believe, are still together. I think they're now like AMG Petronas. I should know this. I think that's who their team is now, but we'll find out. I mean, this is 1990s F1. I'm gonna guess somewhere maybe 50 to 60 bucks on the vintage market, but what a cool find. I mean, like, there's got to be somebody who is a big fan of Mercedes or loves this kind of vintage automobilia, right? Like there's a huge collector's market for car stuff. So we will find out. But this, I mean, for sure rare. I wish you could feel this because it looks like a regular polo, but this does not feel like any polo I've ever felt in my life. Very cool. But that is it, guys. That is the haul for today. What a weird day. Like, such a weird, interesting day. So many like funky vintage pieces, so many just like one-of-a-kind things that I've never seen before. Let me know, what was your favorite thing that you found? I feel like I'm gonna be surprised by anybody's answer to that. Let me know what your favorite thing that I found today was. But in terms of value, I have 39 pieces here, and I wanna say that I have sales somewhere between like $1,100 and $1,200 here. And the retail value on everything is somewhere north of $6,000, which will just never stop blowing me away. It's just absolutely insane what you can find at the bin. But what a fun day. What a fun weird, funky day at the bins. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I go through these things. I always look forward to kind of running down the things that I find in the bins with you. You have no idea how happy it makes me to know that there are other people out there that nerd out about the same stuff that I do. I literally started this channel to just have an outlet to talk about the crazy things that I find. I know you are all so busy, and I know none of us have a ton of time, so the fact that you split off even a little bit of your time is truly like an honor and a privilege. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey, but without further ado, everybody have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next